Alright, back again with Mike LS. So, alright. Back to the Cylinder 7 mystery conglomerate of the GM Escalade in the 2013. So this is like a, I think this is like a GM F up on this right here that I ran into. I ain't know about this, you know what I mean? But I'm in the mix of it. I'm invested in it, and we troubleshooting the ish out of it. So now, all right, so last night, basically, you know what I'm saying, I'm troubleshooting like a scientist, you know what I mean, trying to find the cure. So what I do small things. So what I did, I bought a new wire harness for the coil packs, you know what I mean, and I did that because couldn't really diagnostic if there was a break in the wire. Maybe it wasn't, maybe it was. Got the new updated coil pack from GM. They basically replaced it like twice for whatever reason. So last night, took it out, ran like crap, cylinder 7, flashing, idle, rough, whatever. So I'm back to the goddamn drawing board, people. You know what I mean? It's getting frustrated. I'm cursing. I'm doing backflips and whatever. Because, you know, it's just, I'm trying to narrow everything down. So now, you know, back online, doing research, doing research. So what I noticed this morning, right, so, you know, I'm just rechecking because I put everything, I told you I took a lot out and I put a lot back. So I'm always rechecking to make sure you missed something, you forgot to clamp something, you forgot to screw something down. You know, the ish happens because it's like you just putting a whole bunch of things back, going back and forth. So what I did notice, what I did forget to tighten down was the you know, that sleeve, that plastic sleeve that runs to the throttle body, to the airbox. So for some reason my eye caught it this morning. I'm like, wait a minute, this clamp look loose as hell. So basically I stuffed everything in and I didn't tighten it down. So I tightened it down this morning, you know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, let me, you know, I'm troubleshooting, you know what I mean? I'm troubleshooting like crazy. So I said, let me just take it out again. You know what I mean? I think I'm not sure if I cleared the dash, the dash last night, or it cleared itself in the morning, because sometimes that's what it does. Sometimes the check engine light will stay on, like after I shut it down and it come back, it'll stay on. But I had a clear dash this morning, so all right, cool, whatever. You know, warmed it up, did my usual regular, right? And just said, let me just take it outside, whatever. I ain't looking for nothing great, because that's how I feel. That's how I was feeling today. You know, today I was like, you know what? I'm not looking for a great result or a cure or something today. Today I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to take it outside, whatever. You know what I mean? I'm putting in my work, you know, so when I have conversations with people, you know, I could tell them all the things and the most I did to rule out whatever I needed to, you know, figure out for this problem until I get the cure. You know what I mean? We on the hunt for the cure for the Cylinder 7, real talk. And when I find that cure, you know what I mean, you know, when the doctor be like, I got the medicine is gonna be the knowledge I share on my channel, point blank. But other than that, so driving, put in a couple of miles, you know, I had to go get my coffee as usual. So I went and got a cup of coffee, so I was like, no, like whatever, you know what I mean? I'm on some whatever right now. Go and get a cup of coffee, just took Renzel out, just be like, F it, whatever. So I'm driving this shower, it's running good. So I'm like, all right, this shit too good to be true, you know what I mean? It's running smooth for longer than it usually does. So that's what I'll be telling y'all with the Cylinder 7 joint is like, you know, sometimes you get a good run, you be like, yo, I'm back, baby. You be like, I'm back. But then again, you ain't back. So now, you know, driving, you know, I shut it down, got the coffee, driving again. Right, I know y'all tired to hear about the Cylinder 7, but I'm just sharing this ish, because this ish is like, it's frustrating, right? So all of a sudden I start feeling a rough idle, so I'm like, here we go. So I'm just waiting for it, you know what I mean? I'm just waiting for the flashing, and I'm waiting for it. So it did it. So I'm like, all right, once it started doing it, I'm like, you know what, I ain't gonna proceed to drive. I'm gonna go back to the garage and all that, you know what I mean? Then it corrected itself. That's what I'm saying. So like, it's cool, then it corrects itself. You know what I mean? So this is where we at right now. You know what I mean? So I'm still driving because it corrected itself, know what I mean? Why it corrected itself? I want to know why it corrected itself, and I want to know the why. That's what I'm trying to figure out, the why it starts and the why it corrected itself, you know what I mean? But as I said, I'm still, you know, it's still a few things I have to do because I'm ruling out now, you know what I mean? I'm putting it on the checklist. I'm ruling out all the possibilities. Why? I'm trying to figure out the whys. So I'm checking off all the whys, people, you know what I mean? And that's what you gotta do in this game. So, you know what I mean? Sometimes it get a little costly, but that's part of the game because now you gotta rule out, you gotta forget, you gotta remember, right? Whoever had this truck, I think this truck came from like South Carolina or whatever. So I don't think they did any goddamn maintenance to this. None at all, because I'm pulling out a lot of original parts. So it's a lot of dry, it's a lot of oh damn, I missed my turn. Shit. So it's a lot of original parts still in here, what I was swapping out. So it's a lot of little things I didn't change because what I know, the way I work, I make a list and I work in a series of, all right, the possibility, let me do this, do that, but I still have to do this, that, because this may cause that, because of the fact that it's a sensor and know what I mean? Things I, you know, was gonna get to, I gotta get to now, know what I mean? But I was just trying to get the good stream and run, the good stream and flow, and then I was gonna get back to it. But now, since I got this cylinder 7 mystery, know what I mean, I have to get some of these additional sensors and stuff that was never changed, that really need to be changed, that was really on the list, but now it gotta get purchased. You dig what I'm saying? So now that's kind of like where that's going. So as I said, it's running. Yo, listen, this is how I need it because I need to handle business. Like, you know, like I need to handle business. I'm trying to figure this out, people. So as I said, I'm just sharing it, just doing this POV. I'm about to just jump on the highway, and I want to show you. I'm gonna jump on the highway. Yeah, hear it. I never have no music playing anyway. So, but I put so far 132 miles of driving time on it since I did the cylinder head. So that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to, like, you know. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna launch off. Y'all see, I'm hitting the gas. Renzel going up. So this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to like hit it, trying to bring up the mileage, and then I'm trying to see what it do. Ah man, car just jumped out of nowhere. That's no bueno, kid. And see, in a situation like this, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to bring it up, trying to drive it, trying to like air it out, see what it does. You know what I mean? So we up to 82. So I'm gonna show y'all. Running smooth, not bad. Now will it act up? That's the thing. And this is what I need to know. So I don't know if I'm just gonna keep on going, but let's see, bringing it up. Letting Renzel do what they do. I'm hitting it. 87. Bring it back down. Now I'm gonna hop off the highway, right? I'm gonna hop off the highway, lower it down, and see how it maintains itself. You know what I mean? That's what I want to see. After I just did that, and that's, you know, that's part of the training, the test runs of everything that's done. You know what I mean? That's like the hard acceleration. What the hell is that? A balloon? Now we about to come to a complete stop, and I want to see how he maintain himself. You know what I mean? Would you maintain yourself, start shaking, or would you maintain yourself cool with a cool idle like you supposed to? You know what I mean? So let's see. I'm gonna do a complete stop, and sounds good. You know what I mean? Idle good, sounds good. See what I'm showing y'all? So this is what I'm showing y'all. Like, it's that's what it's doing. You know what I mean? And that's what Renzel doing. So I may jump back on the highway again. And this is what I'm trying to show y'all, like, you know what I mean? Like, no cap, you know what I mean? This is what I'm showing y'all, the mystery cylinder 7. And this is the mystery to me, like, you know what I mean? It does this. Now, what I'm gonna end up doing in this video, you know what I mean? I gotta do I'm gonna have to eventually shut it down because it's running, to me, honestly, this is just too perfect. You know what I mean? It's too perfect. So what I'm actually gonna do, actually pull over, shut it down, right? Start it back up and proceed to drive again and see if it runs the same way. Because if it don't run the same way after I do that, then it's gonna act up again. Because I've been through this already. You know what I mean? So I just want y'all to kind of like witness this, like, you know what I mean? Like, no cap, like, you know what I mean? So basically I'm gonna shut it down, like, as I said. Shut it down, fully shut it down, right? Let me open the door, reset my radio, start it back up. Service park assist, gotta work on that, I know that. You know what I mean? Boom, service suspension, I think that's a faulty wire I got in the back, right? All right, so now I'm gonna hit a few blocks again, right? I'm gonna hit some local blocks again, right? And then see how it behave, right? And then proceed on to the highway again. So this is the little training, the little observations, and the little stuff I've been doing ever since I put everything back together. You know what I mean? So throw your prayers out if you some holy people, some godly people, some people that, you know, whatever you do, man, throw some prayers out for Renzel. You know what I mean? Put Renzel in your prayers, you know what I mean? Because we trying to get Renzel together. Please do, you know what I mean? Because I do, you know? Because this troubleshooting and this stuff ain't easy, you know what I mean? It's a headache, it's stressful, it's like you get hit in depression, and, you know, with this car game. The mechanics know, man. The mechanics and the DIY people know. Y'all already know, man, when y'all run through projects and it don't work out the way, you know, you really want it to. So, all right, I'm just gonna hit a few blocks. All right, so now look, there we go. See what I told y'all? See what I told y'all? Hell yeah. See, no cap, that's what I told y'all. See, so it came back on, like I said. So that's why, you know, I said, like, it had a good flow. I said, as soon as I shut it down, started back up, I knew it was gonna come back on. And I think at this point right now, it's not gonna correct itself. So now I'm back to the rough idle. That's why I say, you know what, I kind of jumped on the highway, as I said. I kind of jumped on the highway and I kind of boogie, whatever. But you see what I'm saying? This is what I don't understand right here. You know what I mean? This is what I don't understand. So now I'm back to the flashing. And this is why, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, I get a good stream. I showed y'all, jumped on the highway. I showed y'all, and this is what I'm getting. So this is the why. I don't know why. This is why I don't know. But will it correct itself? I don't think it's going to correct itself now. I think this is just going to stay on this, and until maybe the whole vehicle maybe cool down, and then that's what's going to happen. So that's what I wanted to share with y'all. You know, so now we're just back to trying to narrow why it's doing that. So now if I put it on the scanner, right? Put it on the scanner, it's going to tell me P0307. And now I could maybe just dive in a little bit deeper and check the cylinder. And I don't know, there's a few other things on the scanner. I was looking online, I could check, but you know, I'm not like 100% familiar with like all the stats, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of different stats and a lot of different numbers. I have to basically Google what's the correct number the catalytic heat and all that. I don't know the numbers for that, so I have to maybe Google and get the numbers, what it's supposed to be reading and what is off and all that. It's just a whole bunch of different stats that, you know, I'm not accustomed to. So because I'm not like a everyday user on the well, it's a code reader I have anyway, I'm saying scanner. I'm not an everyday user on the code reader. So that is somebody coming out. What you doing? You going left, you going right, baby? Yeah, so yeah, this is not cool at all for me, but yeah, as I said, when I get a good flow, that's why sometimes, last time I ran all the way to Long Island, man, I had a good flow, but you know what I said, sometimes some things just be too good to be true, because I'm like, there's still an issue, but what is the issue? You dig what I'm saying? What is the issue? All right, so y'all already see, once again, as I showed y'all, now you seeing it in a different light, the flashing cylinder 7, and just, as I said, just trying to troubleshoot the problem. All right, man, this was just a quick video of basically, you know what I mean, one of my test trials. And like, comment, subscribe to the channel. You already know, man. Life with Mike LS. Catch you on the next one. All right, guys, back with Mike LS. All right, still troubleshooting. So what I'm going to be doing is a few things I'm going to be doing and trying to narrow down the cylinder 7 cause, because what everything is narrowing it down to get it correct, to get it to its best standards of Renzel. I ain't giving up. All right, so basically I rented a OEM Noid light set. Never used this ever in my life, because as I said, a lot of things, you know what I mean, I'm Mr. DIY right now, trying to do my own work. So I'm trying to be a troubleshooter right now. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going back to the Y, I'm going back to cylinder 7. So now basically I'm going to the fuel injector, even though I changed the fuel injector. So what I'm going to do, I want to check to make sure that it's shooting out the right or just shooting out current to basically the injector, so it's doing what it's doing. So this is one of the things I'm trying to troubleshoot here. And then also what I did, I went an extra step again, and I actually rented a compression test gauge set. So these are things when you know, you maybe think like, oh damn, I maybe don't gotta do that because I did that. But you know what? Right now I'm trying to narrow down mechanical, electrical, and a few other things which I noticed. So I also noticed, just going, I have a ground strap. It's a braided strap right there, and y'all see it look kind of brown. So that could also be a cause of, you know, bad ground. So I'm gonna take that out, I'm gonna clean it, but more than likely, you already know I'm gonna replace it. But for today, what I'm gonna do, you know, I was looking online, they was like, you could get a wire brush, scrub it back down the metal, and get it back. So I'm gonna take a look at that to maybe see how I could rule out that also. So it's just narrowing just narrowing everything down at this point, people. You know what I mean? Because I'm close to the finish line, but I ain't get to the finish line yet. So I'll be there soon. So this is pretty cool. They have it, I guess, for different cars, Bosch, GM, and Ford, and whatever. So I think this right here for rental was $25, and the compression test was they charged $50. So as I said, I never used this because I never had a reason to. Put it backwards, that's what I hate about this thing. I never had a reason to rent these things and use it actually. So this will be the first time I'm using this. I heard about it, but this will be the very first time I'm using it. So I'm basically gonna look at a couple of videos already, and I got a couple of numbers of where my compression is supposed to be. So we're gonna check cylinder 7 compression also to see, hopefully, cross my fingers, it's supposed to do what it do and be where it's supposed to be. All right, so let's I don't got no cameraman today. Nas Motion is not on deck, people. So it's just me and you. So let me get this on the stand, and we gonna do our best to show you what I got going on here. Give y'all some extra light. Right. Alright, so I already kind of pre-gamed this, people, as I supposed to. So this one right here is basically for the escalator or whatever, GMPFI, right? So basically from the video, it says basically put this right in here into the pin segment right here. And I'm gonna leave it here. And it's supposed to give when I start, it's supposed to flash, I think, a steady light. Let's refer to the video again. Hold on. Let's go to the video, and I'm gonna show you. Let's see if I can find the video. Damn. Okay. If it play. I don't hear no sound. On mute.
The OEM Tools timing gear puller is used to remove timing gears and other gears with gap holes.
The hell is this? They gave me a whole different roster. Oh, no, right here, no, play that. Alright, let's try this again. Waiting for it to load. Like I said, I never did this before in my life, so I'm just showing y'all basically what it's supposed to do.
The OEM Tools 8-piece Noid light set checks electrical impulses from the wiring harness to the fuel injectors. This easy-to-use set indicates whether or not the engine control module, or ECM, is sending a signal to the injector. Let's get started. With the engine not running, disconnect the harness connector from the fuel injector.
Alright, wish we did that.
Connect the appropriate Noid light into the harness connector.
Wish we did that.
Start the engine. The Noid light should flash, indicating the ECM is sending a signal to the injector. If there is no light, or a steady light, it indicates a possible problem with signal or voltage.
Alright, so that's what, flashing light, good. Right? Steady light, there's a problem in Hollywood. So let's find the key, Renzel, and let's see what it do, people. Alright, so let's get this out the way. And let's see what we got here. Because basically y'all gonna see it from the start. Right? Let's see if y'all got a good angle of that, which I believe y'all do. Alright, so let's see what it do. Flashing. So, see, it's steady. So I guess I can rule that out. Let me show y'all. Let me take the light out. Maybe running funky light. So, it's flashing. Like it got a little weak there. Right, and I'm gonna shut down Renzel because we know that part was basically flash and check engine light. I know, telling me something wrong. Now I know, people, that part is settled. Issue is not with it getting bad current. So I just wanted to narrow that down, right? So y'all seen me narrow that down? Cool. All right, so I narrowed that part down, and now we go get on to the next segment. I'm gonna try to get together basically to do the compression joint. I gotta disconnect the fuel pump harness and all that, and let me get that together and I'll be right back. All right, guys, so let's jump back into the video. So I basically have the compression gauge. I had to use the adapter, tighten it up. Basically, I took out the spark plug, which let me show y'all the spark plug. Spark plug look pretty decent still. Grab my phone. So spark plug looks not bad. It's a little black, not really white, flaming white. I don't see no foul play on the on right here, the shiny part, whatever they call it. There's a name for it, but whatever. I don't see nothing burnt or whatever. So I actually did get a new spark plug anyway. So just because I know I've been doing a lot of misfiring, a lot of stuff going on with that plug. So basically with the adapter right here, I'm just gonna screw it in, and then I always like to play the recommended video for the part that I'm using, because it's actually the first time I'm doing this, like, you know what I mean? There's no cap, like, so a lot of people do it different, but as I said, I'm just gonna follow the rules and the guidelines of doing it, people, and that's all to it. So I disconnect the main harness. I took out the disconnect the fuse for the fuel pump, and let me get this actually just lined up and twisted up in here, because this is the one in the back. So I know it's not the one in the front. One in the front be easy peasy, but this is not too bad, because basically the way I'm screwing it down is I'm usually kind of using the hose. They should have had an easier way. I know sometimes why people don't make things really user friendly, dummy proof, but whatever. So just basically kind of using the hose to screw it down. So now we got a little tension here. All right, so I think we're good on that. So now let's put the gauge up here in between the hoses. Perfect. Right. And then we just I'm gonna let y'all know a little bit of information I Google for the Escalade. Now, I took a note of what I'm supposed to be looking for in terms of, I think I did. I took a picture actually. So it says for a healthy 2013 Escalade 6.2 liter with the V8, actually they called it the L94. I never knew that, L94, I gotta remember that. Normal compression on gauge typically range from 150 and 185 PSI. So I guess I gotta look within that range, whatever. I've seen people do a whole bunch of different compression tests, because it has like a release valve. So when it holds the compression, I guess you could do it multiple times. Like it'll stick at whatever, like anything, it'll stick at 150 or whatever. So basically you could basically release the pressure, right? Start it up again, like do it like 2-3 times to see the reading on that. So this should be different, interesting. I never did this before. Hopefully we get some good numbers so I could rule that out of this equation that I'm going through. All right, so let's see how this works. All right, let me get the camera lined up for y'all. All right, and I know y'all can't really see. Let me find the keys. As always, I never had the keys on me. Unless I left the keys in Renzel, which I maybe did. And I have to do a couple of cranks. I don't have, you know, Nas motion on nobody on deck, so I must go with it and see what happens. So, wish me luck, people, because turn this light off, and let's see. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh. Alright, checking back in, guys. So guys, real quick, man, I try to do this cylinder head pressure gauge. Something didn't work out. I don't know if it was on my part or if it was on the gauge itself that maybe wasn't working correctly, but I was getting no pressure. No pressure at all. I tried multiple cylinders. I didn't record it because I was just like so frustrated, man. I wanted to record it, but I got so frustrated. I was like, God damn. So basically all I did, honestly, was I tried it a few times. It cranked. I ain't see no pressure. I tried another cylinder. I didn't see nothing. I don't know if the gauge moved, because basically I'm a one-man show right now. So all I did was I said F it. I put the spark plugs back. I put the wires back. But I did just went out and purchased another Delco spark plug. It's actually, for some reason, it's different from this one. This one here, as y'all can see right here, it don't look bad. But this is what it was, so I just said, let me just shot in the dark, let me just get another spark plug and see. Right, I still have that check engine light basically sitting right there, of course. I may just try to take it for another test run. Maybe I'll go somewhere else and maybe try to do a cylinder test again, maybe with somebody else with a gauge. But as I said, I rented it from AutoZone, and for some reason it just didn't work out. It didn't work out. So I still troubleshooting. I'm gonna take it for there, maybe do a few more things, and I'll keep y'all updated on the progress. Hopefully we get some better reaction, some better motion from Renzel. And I know it's something simple, and as soon as I get it fixed and together, y'all be the first to know. For real. So, alright guys, man, Life of Micah Les once again back in the garage and just trying to figure out the cylinder 7 P0307 trouble code. Alright, catch y'all on the next one.